Frequently asked question, is it true that lace top wigs need to be lined? Not necessarily. I don't always line my lace top wigs, but that's going to depend on you personally. It's going to depend on various things. What are you wearing underneath? What is the density of your lace top wig? What is your hair color underneath? How are you styling it? What is your personal comfort level? It's going to depend on several different things. Let's talk about those. Hair density is the number of hairs, or the amount of hair per square inch of the wig cap. Density is not necessary for volume. You can have a lot of volume without having a lot of density. For example, you could have a certain number of wefts. A weft is a row of hair. I will show you, but I'm getting a little sidetracked, so I'll show you briefly. You see these lines. Each of these lines is a row of hair, like with a hair extension. See these rows? Each of these rows is called a weft. So the number of wefts give you density throughout the body of the wig. Well, sometimes the wefts themselves are a lot thicker. That just makes the wig heavier. It doesn't give you more volume. It just gives you more thickness and more weight. It does give you more density, however. With the scalp, the hand-tied part, however, that can be different. You can have more density and more volume at the same time, especially when it's a lace top. So if you have a very low density lace top, and especially if it's a light color, but really with any color, this is a possibility, and you're styling it very flat. So mine is not styled flat. I like volume. But let's say you have a center part and it's very, very flat, and you like a plucked part, so it's very defined, nice and wide. Some people really like that, and it looks very nice on some people. And you really can kind of see the lace, then maybe what's under it could show, so then it's going to depend. I personally wear a wig grip cap underneath my wig, so I feel that I don't need a lining. You could see my lace, and when I pull the hair like this, you can see it. Now I have a dark brown wig grip cap. I don't think you can see that color underneath, so I don't think that really shows. Some people feel that it does show, so they'll make sure to match their wig grip cap either to a nude color, so it's more like scalp color, or to the color of their hair. That makes them feel more comfortable. They'd rather look like there's hair showing than look like a scalp. So that works. Or there's a lace version, so it's just another layer of lace that makes it more opaque. But there are different lining options, and there are pros and cons with each of them. And you hear a lot of people talk about open lining, closed lining, and you may or may not know what that means. It sounds very confusing if nobody bothers to explain it, so here I am to explain it. So this is an open lining. That just means literally it's open. It's not stitched down in the front. So the advantage is the tiny, tiny stitches, which are done with clear thread, so they're basically invisible from the outside, but they're not even here. So if anyone were looking really, really, really closely and would be able to see it from the outside, well, even if they're looking that closely, they're not going to see those on this because they're not even there. So this is a double layer lace lining. It's not much of a lining. You could still see through it, but maybe if someone parted their hair under it, or if, let's put some hair under it so you could see that. See, when I move my fingers under it, you could see it, but when there's actual hair under it, I'm going to move it so that you could see that, you see the hair is really under it. That is really not showing. It's really sufficiently opaque. It's like kind of reflective so that you still, it's like a thin gauzy dress that you would never wear in public because it's so see-through, but when you put a thin gauzy slip with it that you would also never wear because it's so see-through, but somehow you put them together and you're covered because together they're sufficiently opaque. So this is a double layer lace. This is one of the lining options, and this is open, also one of the options. Silk is the other lining option, and lace can be open or closed. Silk can also be open or closed. Also, one other thing I wanted to show you, this just goes till here. Either silk or lace could go all the way to the hairline. Usually looks better if it only goes up to here because it does have a tendency to be more visible if it goes all the way to the hairline. So it does look better if it only goes till there. This is a closed lining, and this is silk. See, it's still very thin. It's very breathable. It's not as breathable as the lace. Nothing's that breathable, but it's also more durable than the lace. The lace is tougher than it looks. It's very tough, but it is somewhat delicate. Silk is also somewhat delicate, but it's also tougher than it looks, and it's tougher than the lace. And these are those tiny stitches I was talking about. See, they're not really so visible. You'd have to be looking really closely and know that they're there. I know that they're there. That's why I can't do linings. At least I can't do closed linings in my wig because I know every stitch and knot in this wig that I designed. So I know it's there, and I see it because I know it's there, and it drives me nuts. I wish I didn't see it because it would be nice to have the durability and the opacity of the lining. But since I know it's there, it would be glaringly obvious to me and it would make me crazy. But if you're not a wig maker, and even if you are a wig maker, if you're not the one who designed this, and so you don't know exactly where every knot and every stitch is, and it wouldn't drive you nuts, I highly recommend going for the durability and the opacity of this very nice lining if you can stand it, because it really is very nice. Look how nice that is. It looks like a scalp. It's very nice and opaque. It gives you some extra durability. It's very nice. Even the double layer lace still gives you some extra opacity. I do like it better when it's closed than open. If only I could stand the way it looks, which nobody else even, oh, that's another silk. I'd love to show you a double layer closed lace. I know I have them around here. Here's one. Yeah, there it is. This is a double layer lace. See how much more opaque that is than a single layer lace? This is not quite as durable as the silk, but you still have that second layer, and it is more breathable than the silk. The silk is still very lightweight and very breathable, but this is more lightweight and it's more breathable. So personally, if I could stand to see the stitches that nobody else seems to be able to see, but I know they're there. This is what I would do, the double layer closed lace. Look how nice that is. Look at this color, this ashy dark blonde, and these highlights. Yeah. So that is all about linings. Any additional questions, comments, if there's anything you feel I didn't cover in enough detail, anything else you'd like to know, or any additional FAQ topics you would love to see me address, please feel free to reach out. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and please feel free to share this with anyone you think would find it helpful. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.